Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're watching Batman on film.
I have given a name to my pain. The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill.
The Bat of Gotham.
I'm Batman.
Hey now, welcome to episode number 69 of the Batman on Film vlog. And speaking of that, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hello, Pete. Verra, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'll get back to Pete in a second. But I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I was thinking about this vlog. And I'm like, it needs a new name. So you got any suggestions?
Oh man.
Talking BOF, talking Batman on film. I mean, I want to go with, I'm going to rebrand.
I'm not sure. BOF TV. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. Give me a couple days. I'll think of something.
Okay. All right.
I usually think of all the crazy names that we come up for the shows that Eric and I do.
Yeah. So I've been wanting to do it. I wanted to name it something else actually at the beginning, and then I got overvoted by the guys back then. And so I'm thinking I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm tired of calling it a vlog. Everybody has a name for their show. I should just have a unique name. I'm just thinking like talking BOF, which BOF is Batman on Film. I don't know. We'll talk. We'll discuss. I'll go to you. I'll ask Garrett, some of my go-to guys, see what they think. So Ron Lauer, Ron Haas. All right. So Peter, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just it's a little wet out there, but we got a rainy day in Jersey, but doing pretty good otherwise.
All right. I always like to talk weather. It was 47 degrees this morning when I got up in Little Elm, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas, and it's only going to be 68 today.
That's not bad. That's good baseball weather. Maybe
Yes.
the Braves will close it out today.
Yes. So where we stand on the baseball, real quick, because
The Astros won last night, so they're down.
It's 3-2.
2.
Okay, I'm pulling for the Rays all the way.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everyone except for diehard Astro fans are.
Yeah, yes.
And the Dodgers are down 3-1 to
Okay.
Braves.
Okay. All right. And then the whole World Series is up here in Arlington. So
Yes, it is.
man, I'd like to try to get in there, but I bet all the tickets now are on StubHub and stuff like that.
I think they're only selling 11,000
Yeah,
seats.
that was it. That was it. So, well, one of these days soon, we're going to go to a baseball game there, me and you.
I'd love to.
the new
I was
stadium.
fortunate enough to go to the ballpark in Arlington the last time I was there.
Love that ballpark.
Yeah, I've loved it from afar.
Love that
being in
ballpark.
Jersey.
I couldn't believe they already built that new stadium, man. I still love the old ballpark. All right.
I'm with you.
We're not going to talk Funko Pops, are we?
I haven't bought any recently, unless you have.
You know what I got coming?
What you get?
Okay. I think I told you this last time. I did get the 60s Catwoman Funko Pop from the TV show. I found Mr. Freeze Funko Pop from the 60s TV show.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you put him next to Arnold?
He's on his way. He's on his
Okay.
way, and he's coming. My son is into him too, but he's not Batman. He gets these like the guys from Big Bang Theory and just obscure stuff. And now he's got what has he got coming? That was crazy. I think. Oh, he made Dexter. You can buy those that are like white, and you can.
He made a custom one.
He made one. He made the Dexter from the Dexter TV show.
So Rachel's fighting an uphill battle between you and Jake,
Yes,
huh? Like
yes,
you guys are
yes.
just collecting stuff, and she's gonna run into space.
He got Iron Giant.
Okay.
Giant.
That's a great movie.
Which is one of my favorite movies of all time. As
Oh,
far
yeah.
as I threw it out on Twitter the other day. Should there be a sequel or just leave it like it is? What do you think?
I don't know. I'd love to see something. I just don't know how they'd go about it. You know, it's one of those movies where you're kind of surprised it never got a sequel.
Yeah, I went and saw it. I took my kids. I think this was even before Jake. I took my 2 oldest to see it. I cried at that movie, and I cried every time I watched it. That's one of my favorite movies. I love The Iron Giant. Okay, all right. Get me on a tangent here. So we're going to talk some Batman here. All right, the Batman has been shooting this week in Liverpool on location. There's been spy pics everywhere. I mean, they're even showing up on, Entertainment Tonight website and Yahoo News. I mean, everywhere. And look, I mean, probably in the grand scheme of things, Warner Brothers doesn't care if they're out there, their publicity, but there are a lot of people that just don't want to see them, and they know that, and they know they can come to Batman on film, and I'm not going to have them posted up here. So that's, if you ever wonder why I don't do that, that's why, because a lot of people don't want to see it, because there is some stuff that is, I mean, you can, I don't know if they're straight up spoilers, but I mean, they are take a little bit off from when you see it. You see it in context and see it on the film. So
that, and everyone's definition of spoiler is different. Like some people are like, well, this is a spoiler. And it's like, well, if you haven't seen, what, let's say like the Batsuit, if you go completely dark and you haven't even watched a trailer, because I know a buddy of mine, Nolan, who's a big BOFer, he won't even watch trailers. He waits until the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes above and beyond, which is even harder.
So he hasn't seen the trailer that was at Fandom?
I sent him the link, and he goes, he always goes, I'm not going to watch this until I see it in the movie. And but he's also off social media, so it's a little bit easier for him. But everyone's definition of a spoiler is different, so it's tough. I've had to mute even some credible people on Twitter just because they've shared spy pics, and it's like, oh man, this is a bummer, because I usually like seeing what you have to say.
Have you seen a couple of the spy pics?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just can't help it.
Okay, we're not going to describe them here, but you've seen them. Yeah, I've seen a few. I get it. Okay, I don't think there was anything that was big time spoilerish, but still, out of respect for those, we're not going to describe them. And we talked about the trailer, so think about that. And here's my question. And I started thinking about that when I did see a shot of the bat cycle stunt man in the suit, and it was really, you get a lot of detail of the suit. It was up close, and it's about as close to Lee Bermejo suit you're ever going to get. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I get that, like, kind of like Army, Navy, Commando, like,
home. It's clearly he put it together. I mean, that's what they're going for. They said as much. Okay, so here's my hypothesis. It may be based on what would I usually call it? Educated guessing too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Batman is going to be a more grounded Batman film than any of the Dark Knight trilogy films. I'm confident saying that. So
it's an interesting statement, because it's like, well, how grounded is this?
Yeah. So the thing is, look back at the Dark Knight trilogy, Pete. How grounded was it really? Was the microwave emitter
the term
really
realism
grounded?
Came out of Nolan, remember?
Yes, hyper-realism. Hyper-realism.
So,
and he would say, keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
It was not where they never would have superpowered beings and blah, blah, blah. But how grounded it really wasn't a street level. Maybe Begins to a certain degree, but then you had Ra's al Ghul, and you had,
Nolan even grounded that. I mean, Ra's al Ghul was eternal, and the Lazarus pit and stuff like that. And he made it real. So you wonder how real Reeves can make this, but like in a sense, I guess the Nolan movies are almost kind of, I guess, quote unquote fantasy like, because a rich guy had this brilliant scientist build him a lot of tech, But if
There you
he's out
go.
there, if he's going out there, if
There-
this Reeves Batman is building it himself, maybe that's
Yes.
slightly more realistic.
There you go. That's where I wanted to go to next. In the Dark Knight trilogy, which is beloved to me, I love it, love it. Batman Begins is my favorite Batman movie of all time to date. Love Dark Knight, love Dark Knight Rises. Batman never created any of his stuff himself. Bruce
No,
Wayne.
the closest he came to was he pieced the cowl together. You know, he put
Yeah,
the microphone in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He put the bat ears on
Yeah,
top.
and,
and
you know,
all of
they
that.
said,
That was
well,
about
you
it.
know, we'll buy this from China and this from wherever, and then we'll put them together and blah and blah. Okay, so you know, the suit was a military suit. The Tumbler, the Batmobile, but was a military vehicle. There, you know, the memory cloth that became the cape was something that Wayne Enterprises was working on, and et cetera. So, and I'm not taking that as a negative. It was a cool part. That was part of that, the fabric of those films, that there was Lucius Fox, played by Morgan Freeman, who gave Batman a lot of his wonderful toys. I mean, the grappling gun even was a military creation. So in this one, in the Batman, he's putting all this, he's creating all this stuff himself.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest comparison, and the analogy, the example that I'm going with is that there's no Lucius Fox here. This dude he made his bat suit. I mean, you can see the stitching in the cowl, right? And the suit is, it's like, military, police.
Well, he's almost got baggy pants. Yeah.
Yeah. And
he's not wearing rubber leggings.
You got, the boots are like military boots. I mean, so it's something he put together. The Batmobile, right? The Batmobile looks like a muscle car. It looks like a frickin' Dodge Charger almost that's been souped up. And then the Bat bike is not like the Bat Pod, which was ejected from the Tumbler in the Dark Knight. So
it looks like a regular motorcycle with a little bat cowl on it.
So with all of that, what do you think, man?
It seems very grounded, but then like Matt Reeves made a movie about talking apes, Grounded too.
Yes,
he brought that human element to it. So I'm like, I'm dying to see what he can do with this. But it does seem like it's way more. This is going to sound bad, but more serious than the Nolan films. Just because, like you said, he's literally putting all this stuff together. He's one individual. It seems like it's just him and Alfred. Yeah,
it is, and even the Riddler, the little bits that we've seen of him, he's not wearing the green suit with the question marks all over.
He's got he's got some kind of green jacket and a mask with duct tape.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So I'm wondering, does like a Jim Carrey-esque comic book Riddler / Frank Gorshin green Riddler suit with question marks, is that going to fit into?
Well, not the spandex one, but maybe at some point he puts on like a sport coat that's green. I don't know.
Yeah,
but this looks very grungy, so I would doubt that.
It's a very street level film.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and even though like we never saw any kind of like Wayne Enterprises in the Burton movies.
Yeah.
There were scenes where it made it seem like Bruce Wayne made his technology in those two films. In returns, he fixes the Batmobile. There's, as I said earlier, there's no mention of Wayne Enterprises at all, but that's a more fantastical movie. So this kind of seems to be a little bit of a combination of, I don't even know, maybe both.
You had to, obviously when Reeves, he had a vision and it had to be something different. It had to be something we hadn't seen before. So it was either you make it even more grounded than the Nolan films, or you go ultra fantastical. And it seems like he did.
Well, we just came out of ultra fantastical with Snyder,
Well,
aliens and the mention New Gods are in those films.
Yeah.
Even Amazon's in his 2 or 3 movies. So it seems like they're going like we went kind of fantastical or in Burton and then Schumacher, and then we went down and gritty and realistic with Nolan, then we went back to fantastical. So it seems like that's kind of what they do. I mean, they're just doing something different.
Yes, and
similar, but
I think street level is a fair assessment of it. I mean, you look at the shot of Catwoman we saw in the first trailer. I mean, she's wearing like a ski mask, or a skull cap that's been cut out, and it just so happens that
she looks like a legit cat
yeah,
burglar.
yeah. So
or even like Nolan's Catwoman, she kind of she had the fancy goggles, and she had the high heels with the spikes and everything. So she was a little bit less, I guess. It's just still weird to me saying that this is Nolan was a little less realistic coming out of it, because again, like the term realism came out of those three films, especially Batman Begins, and it threw fanboys out on a tangent themselves. I mean, I remember Nolanites and realism. You couldn't be on the internet would be calling one of those.
Yes, and even my gosh, Colin Farrell's unrecognizable, and he looks as a penguin, and it's just, and it's a different looking penguin than we've seen ever, maybe. I mean,
he's got some height to him. He's a tall penguin. He's not. He's stocky. He's got a bit of a belly, but he's probably. I mean, Colin Farrell's probably 6 feet tall.
I mean, I see him and I see the prosthetics and stuff that he's wearing, and I'm go, okay, that's a penguin look. He's got a little bit of a. He doesn't have this
looks a
huge
lot
nose.
I get a lot of Arkham game penguin with him, except for the Coke bottle eye. That monocle they did. Yeah, like that's the look I feel like they gave him. But again, like Colin Farrell's just taller.
Yeah, and true. So,
and it looks nothing like the Gotham penguin with that ridiculous haircut.
He looked like Barnabas Collins, man. You know who Barnabas Collins is?
No, I have no idea what that is. Are you showing your age here?
You know what Dark Shadows is? The TV show. All right. You know the Dark Shadows movie that Tim Burton made a few years ago?
Yes.
Okay. Remember the Johnny Depp played the vampire Barnabas Collins in it? Okay. That's actually based on a soap opera, TV soap opera that aired in the late 60s, early 70s on ABC TV. And
so did you watch this after Batman?
I did. It scared. And if you look at, look at the original Barnabas Collins from there. He's got these bangs that come up, they're kind of spiked, like and so and Johnny Depp. The look of it was, they kind of went for that in the movie. But
I'll have to Google this.
Yeah, but every time I saw the penguin from Gotham, I said, I was like, what the fuck are they ripping off of Barnabas Collins and Dark Shadows? Some of you will get this now. You get that. That's your homework, Pete Verra. You got to look up Dark Shadows, man. That was like a thing. Still is a thing. Okay, Dark Shadows. So, if the Batman is quote unquote more grounded than the Nolan trilogy, how do you think fans are going to take to that?
I think they'll take pretty well to it, because post Nolan kind of did his thing, and I feel, but the fans who want to be outraged and want to yell, they're going to do it anyway. They're still doing it now,
and they're going to.
They haven't stopped.
They're going to see the movie anyway. They're going to go see it.
They'll be there opening
several
night.
times. Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I think coming out of what we were just in and how it wasn't received well, as long as the story's good and the movie's good, I think people will receive it well. I just, the last bit of material just wasn't working. So I'm just hoping that this resonates with people.
True. The fact that all of these spy pics were all over the net and so forth, there is a lot of interest in this movie. There's
definitely. The last time I checked on YouTube, it's at like 22 million views.
Yeah, I've watched the trailer. I have on my hard drive, and I just pick it up and watch it over and over again.
Yeah,
so
it's at least, I watch it at least like twice a day.
But I will say, I think that folks should get ready, because I think the Batman trilogy is going to be more grounded in the Nolan trilogy. I know people here, they go, how? But we kind of try to explain it. Look at the suit. Look at the gadgets and stuff.
I think this is going to be pretty scary stuff too. Like, I think this Riddler's pretty sadistic and evil. Like,
do you think
a lot of people bring up Seven?
You think he's evil, the Riddler, or do you think he's some kind of anti-hero, or wants to be, or thinks he's an anti-hero trying to expose corruption
that's
in
good.
Gotham?
Yeah, I mean, I could see a little bit of for the comic book faithful, anarchy in him. Think he's doing like something for the greater good. Almost maybe this Riddler thinks he's doing a better job than Batman because he's kind of he's throwing out the trash instead of just capturing them and letting them get away later.
Yeah,
on.
and Reeves has said that it's year 2 for Batman, and he's not happy because he's not having the effect on Gotham that he thought that he was going to have when he started.
I'm getting vibes that, and this is always like my favorite kind of aspect of Batman, is that Batman he creates himself to protect people, but then he does inspire the wrong type of person who thinks that they can do, put on a mask and go do whatever they want to do. Like he does kind of sometimes inspire his rogues gallery to go about their business.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that aspect. And I feel like it's something we got some of that in Dark Knight. The Joker was inspired by Batman, but just, the opposite side of the same coin.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting where Reeves takes this after the Batman. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Hoping to maybe we'll get another look here in December of a trailer of some sort. And thank goodness they got through it looks like they're going to get through the filming in Liverpool and successfully. And they're going to do some stuff in Chicago as we speak. So we'll see what pops up online with that. But I think that looks to be like some second unit stuff.
Maybe it's like some skylines and stuff like that.
Yeah, it could be that. I don't know if that we're going to see the Batmobile or any. I don't think that any of the. I don't know, but I'm guessing from what I've heard. I don't think that any of the cast is going to go to Chicago. It's going to be more the second unit stuff, as I said. So anyway, the Batman's coming. Hashtag the Batman's coming. Just want to throw that out there and hope people are ready for that, because
I mean, I think we're all ready. I think we're just sitting here waiting, hoping it comes out, at some point. That's the kind of the bummer of this all. Like,
yes,
we're all still waiting for Wonder Woman.
Oh my gosh. We'll see what happens with that. All right. So now moving on, tell me about this DC, what's it called? Future State.
Future State, seems to be a 2-month DC event that kind of takes our beloved heroes into the future. And some heroes have, I believe, passed the mantle on to other people. And there are multiple versions of some heroes. And it looks like we're going to get just new versions of just others in general. And we'll get just new characters to begin with. But DC released a picture with a couple other heroes. There's 2 Batman, 3 Superman, 2 Wonder Woman. Catwoman's on it, Harley's on it, Swamp Thing's on it, Zatanna. There's a couple speedsters, one with prosthetic legs, which is very interesting to me. Red X, who is a Robin associated character.
Okay.
Aqualad and Grifter. So
tell me about this Red X.
I don't know too much about the Red X. I have to do some research, but he is.
I saw it trending on Twitter, and
he appeared in some cartoons, and this is more of a Rob Myers question. He's the Robin expert, but I got to do some digging. But it's a Robin associated character.
Is it Damian? I thought
it was Tim Drake, because I've seen pictures. Okay. I've seen other things. He's appeared in animation, I believe in the Teen Titans show or stuff like that. But he's somehow associated with Robin. I'm not very familiar with the character. I have to do some research.
Okay, so I was wondering, is he like? Okay, here's another throwback. You know Speed Racer?
Yes.
So is Red X?
I don't think he's his brother.
Is he kind of like Racer X? Remember Racer X was Speed
I don't know.
Racer's brother,
I
and
feel
then
like
he never.
This character is almost kind of Red Hoodish from what I just quickly read about him.
Okay.
Kind of like just a more violent persona.
Okay.
It'll be interesting.
And what's the purpose of this?
I'm not sure. I really don't know, other than I remember the next event supposedly coming out of Metal was supposed to be 5G, but Dan Ditto, if I'm saying his name right, which I'm probably not because I say everybody's name wrong, He was canned, and I believe 5G went out with him. So they're doing this future state, which is using some elements. I know that I believe Luke Fox is going to be one of the two Batmen.
Yeah.
And so we'll see where that goes. But while I'm interested in letting this play out, I am concerned just from some of the images look very jarring to me. Like we got a Batman with a short sleeve outfit, and there's this one Superman with a Kingdom Come logo, and he's in chains, and there's a capeless Superman, and there's like a Superman Superboy high, and then Batman's holding a Wonder Woman Batarang, and one Wonder Woman has a Bat logo on her belt. So it just seems very interesting to me.
Are they? Is this going to lead to some sort of another reboot?
I'm not so sure about. Because it's only 2 months.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to like New 52, which went on for 5 years. It seems to me like almost like a trial run. I'm not really sure. I don't know where this goes because it's from January to March. I think March 1st it ends. So January and February.
I think January, February. Yeah.
Yeah. So and there's a lot of books. I mean, there's just the books that I'm interested in. I don't know if I'll get, but I'm going to try them out. I mean, Next Batman, Arkham Knights, Batgirl, Gotham City Sirens, Dark Detective, Red Hood, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Nightwing, Robin Eternal, Mr. Miracle, Speed Racer, Black Racer, The Immortal Wonder Woman, Kara Zor-El has a book. There's a Last Lanterns book, which sounds interesting. Suicide Squad, Aquaman, The Flash, and Swamp Thing. And that's about. There's a hell of a lot more titles, but those are the ones that caught my eye immediately. And we'll just see. I mean, I'm happy that it's not a long event and it's only 2 months, because these long events, like we just did a vlog where we just said like we would appreciate shorter stories and not so many mega events. I kind of appreciate that this is only 2 months, because if it stinks, maybe they'll just go back.
And the other comics are on the hiatus for 2 months, like Batman and Detective.
Yeah. I've got to reread the press release though, but it's I just wonder what they're going to do. This
comes from Dark Knight's Metal or whatever.
It comes out of Metal. It's the next thing out of Metal. So
okay, I'm not reading that.
Begins. I didn't like the original.
I didn't either. It lost me. Yeah.
Yeah, Snyder.
So I mean, I'm just asking, but so this is like, is it like an alternate universe where everything else is still going on?
It's supposed to be the future. Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems like we just did, like a few years ago, we just had Futures End, which kind of was supposedly cleaning up the universe. And I didn't mind when they cleaned up the universe for like Crisis on Infinite Earths, because they let things just go crazy for about 40 years. But it seems like they do this yearly now. And like I said, as long as it's only 2 months, I'm fine with it. But
who is this for? I mean, really? I mean, it's not to get new readers on board. There's just no way,
I'm not sure. I don't know.
And it just seems the reaction from the story I posted is I got the press release from DC and I posted it, and then I listed the Batman family titles, and a lot of the response was like, I'm out on this. I have no interest in this. And then there was also like, okay, I'll read it, but it just seems that people would just like to get their Batman stories, read Detective, read Batman, read whatever, and just tell good stories. Why do we need these big ass stunts?
I don't know where this came from. It's like, to quote Garrett Grev, who asked for this. It doesn't really make sense to me. There's also a lot of like non-comic people. Like I know Tim Sheridan's writing it. He usually writes some stuff for DC Animation. He's wrote a couple scripts. But there are some creative people I am excited to hear from, but it raises a lot of questions. I don't know how much of this I'm going to like. I can always assure you I'm not going to like any of the Batman titles just because it's not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, we got to figure out, Pete, who's going to review what, or if does anybody even want to review any of these titles. So, like no Detective, man. Come on. Detective is awesome.
I guess Dark Detective takes the place of Detective. I don't know. And then Next Batman replaces Batman. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Who's Dark Detective? Who's that Batman? That's the
I think that's the short sleeve Batman.
Yeah, that's the short sleeve Batman.
I believe Next Batman is Luke Fox.
He's the Luke Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming Arkham Knights is just by the title and the video game is, the Robins, quote
Yeah.
unquote. I am excited for the Batgirls title. I like Stephanie Brown. I like Cassandra Cain, so I'm pumped for that.
Yeah.
So there are some things I'm interested in, but like I'm assuming if I don't, I'm going to give them an issue, and if I don't like where it's going, because it's just like it almost sometimes these things seem like a money grab. It's like, oh, this is new, this is different. Buy this. Let's see what you say, and it's like I don't know. But like I said, like it's only 2 months, so if it doesn't sell well, I guess they'll learn the hard way.
I just can't see them. I can't see them, like continuing on. I mean, it always, every time there's a Bruce Wayne is gone, there's another Batman. It's, well, look where we end up again. It's, Bruce Wayne Batman, and it's status quo,
While I like Final Crisis, like seeing Bruce Wayne become like a pilgrim and a caveman in that return story, I didn't dig it. And I don't know why they just can't make Batman stories or Superman stories. And it's just,
I mean,
and maybe this is a response to, the Bendis Superman no one seems to like. It's not, it's not as selling like it should have, I think, with someone as creative and as talented as him. So maybe it kind of stems out of that, but I'm not sure. I don't even know really what 5G was. So when Dida left, I think that was one of the reasons why they canned him to begin with. They didn't like what he was doing with that or where it was going to go. So
yeah, I was going to ask you what was 5G, and you don't know, and I don't know. So
I'm not really sure. I mean, I knew the Luke Fox Batman was coming out of that. That's one of the few plot points that they kept around from that event. Mm-hmm. But I believe this is something different. So we'll see. I have no idea, but I don't know why they think this is a necessary thing.
All right.
Some of the covers seem cool. Like there's one Flash cover where it seems like Wally West is choking Barry Allen, and Jay Garrick and Max Mercury are lying dead on the background. And as a Flash fan, that seems interesting. But if I didn't see that cover, I would. I don't know how interested I would be in that story.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, we get them, so we'll read them and see what we think, I guess. So anyway, I wanted to give you a chance. I knew you knew more about it. It's just, rolled out like some big to do for DC, and I wanted at least give it a little run and ask questions about it, and we'll decide if it's worth a damn when it comes out. All right. So more important question. Have you barbecued anything up good lately, or have you cooked up a good big spread of food?
I grilled some flank steak and some skirt steak the other day. That was good. I actually just ran out of propane, so I gotta go buy some. Okay.
So what's your setup on your grill when you smoke it?
I have I have a propane grill, and I have a charcoal smoker.
Okay.
That I use.
Okay.
So, but I'm a big fan of. I love my smoker. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite toy.
So, how's your brisket?
My brisket's good. It's still. I haven't actually smoked. I didn't get a chance to smoke any brisket this summer, which I'm kind of upset about. My ribs are good. I make like this kind of like sausage and potatoes thing in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love smoked chicken, smoked salmon. I'll smoke anything.
So, if you smoke a brisket, do you do it Texas style, or you just do it Pete Verra style?
I've done it Texas style. I mean, I don't even try to do it like competition style. Like, I try to see what I like the best.
You're a sauce man on the brisket, or is it all?
I've done both. I've done both.
Is it rub? Okay.
I try it all.
Okay. I like talking about weather. I like talking about Batman. I like talking about food. I am going to cook. It's now it's Rachel's birthday today, and I'm going like Southern. I'm going to do chicken and dumplings. You ever made that, Pete? You ever ate that?
I haven't. No, I have not.
I'll make it for you. I'm going to do that, chicken and dumplings. I'm going to do some collard greens. You ever had that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Really? Collard greens. Okay. And I'm going to do some black eyed peas and a cornbread.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds
It'll be good. It'll be good.
That's real South. That sounds South right there.
That's Southern. That's not even Texan. That's more, that's more Southern right there.
Because you kind of grew up in like the I feel like the border of like Texas.
I grew up in Southeast Texas stone's throw from the Gulf of Mexico and a hop, skip, and a jump from Louisiana. So
I
And-
love crawfish. If you're speaking Louisiana,
Yes.
I got
Can
a
you get
big
them up
pot.
there? Can you get them up there?
I order them from the Louisiana Crawfish Company.
Okay. All right.
They usually ship it over in a
Yeah.
day, and
Yeah.
I got a big 82-gallon pot, I think it is, and I got
Yeah.
the burner, and I love it. I mean, I like it spicy, so the spicier the
Yeah.
better. But
You
I
do the
love
corn
mud
and
dogs.
potatoes. You do the corn and potatoes
Corn,
in there.
potatoes,
Use
sausage,
those
all that
sausage.
shrimp.
Okay. There
Yep,
we go.
yep.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man.
All of it.
You are a New Jersey Cajun, brother.
If I can cook outside,
Yeah.
I'll do it. That's. I mean, I got the pot. My mom got me the pot and the burner for my birthday.
Yeah.
It was my 30th birthday because this is what we did. It was May 4th, which is my birthday. Me and all my buddies, and my girlfriend and my mom at the time, we went to go see 89 for the re-release. So we bought the whole
Yeah.
back row. Everyone went, and then we came back and we had crawfish for my birthday.
Let me give you a secret about crawfish.
Mm-hmm.
You good with all that stuff you told me? Drop in a stick of butter.
Butter. Okay.
They'll peel way better.
All right.
Yeah, trust me.
I'll do it. No, I love it.
We need
I
to do a
love
Batman
spice.
on Film cooking show. So yeah,
We've been saying that for a while.
I
I'm
think
down.
we need to. So, and the funny thing is, Rachel,
Because Rick's going to talk
yeah.
about his amazing mashed potatoes. That's all he ever talks about.
Rachel actually, she requested the chicken and dumplings and stuff, and she's from Minnesota. I'm like, so what do you want? And she's like, I said, you want me to make you a hot dish? Now, Minnesota people, Garrett Grav will get a what hot dish is. A hot dish. You know what a hot dish is?
No.
Hot dish is a casserole.
Okay.
Okay, but in Minnesota, it's a hot dish.
Fair
So,
enough.
all right, I'm going to ramble on again. So thanks for doing this show. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Batman and the fact that it seems like they're steaming on, keep going on, and things are looking good. Get to this Liverpool shoot, going to Chicago, and I wanted to ask you about. I keep forgetting the name of
Future State.
Future State.
Don't worry,
Okay.
it's only around for 2 months. I got a feeling there are going to be a lot of back issues left at the comic shops on this one. So,
All right. Who's going to win the World Series?
the Braves.
Okay. Against who?
That I can't tell you. I don't know. Houston. I mean, as much as I hate them and want to watch them lose, there's a lot of fight in those guys. I mean, they're just as good ball
Yeah.
players as they are cheaters, apparently.
Yes. Are you pulling for the Rays?
Yeah. Even though they beat the Yankees, I
Okay.
want Houston to lose.
Okay.
This
Braves.
looks bad for everyone.
So who's in the World Series?
I think I mean I'm leaning towards
Atlanta?
The Dodgers got no shot. The Dodgers are
Yeah.
dead in the water. But I think it'll be at Atlanta and Tampa.
Okay. Sounds good. And it's going to be in Arlington. So
There you go.
we'll see. Well,
You can at least tailgate. You
I
could go to
could.
Cowboy Stadium and tailgate at the World Series. Like
You
know,
could. Yeah. If
do
they
that.
a lot of people, I'm going on a tangent now. There are people at AT&T Stadium, that's the Cowboy Stadium, who tailgate close to, I'm sure this happens on a lot of the other stadiums around the league, who tailgate, and I'm at serious tailgate, and don't go into the game. They just bring a big screen TV and prop it up in the back of their SUV or truck.
There's people who do that at
Yeah.
Giant Stadium.
Yeah. So
I can't tell you how many people. I mean, will just pay for a bus fee, and they just go on. And there's tailgating, beer, food, all you
Yeah.
want, and they just hang out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
At the football games.
Yeah.
Here, so
yeah.
I mean, if we do that in Jersey, I can only imagine what you guys do out in Texas. It's religion out there. So.
Oh, it is. Yeah, but there's some great. I went to Lambeau Field. That was fantastic.
Mhm.
Pete, I'm getting on a tangent here. I got to stop. We're gonna stop right now. We'll talk more about food and sports and tailgating and all that on another BOF podcast. So, all right, plug what you got.
Follow me on Instagram, Vero, and Twitter at Pete Illustrated. Please follow my show that I co-host, Straight Outta Gotham, and Eric Holzman at straight_O_G on Twitter
Good
and
show.
Instagram. And
Good show.
Make sure you watch our videos that we have on our YouTube channel, Straight Outta Gotham.
Good show. All of
Thank
it.
you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Part of the BOF family. All right. Anything else? That's it? Nothing else?
No, I have a review of Detective Comics 1028 up on BOF. Check that out. It was a good issue. Detective's been really good so far.
Yeah, everybody liked that. I got a lot of positive feedback on your review. Good stuff. All right, just follow me on Twitter at Batman on Film, and repeat, I am Bill, Batman on Film, authoritative, definitive.
The dadgum original.
There you go. See, that's why you can cook that barbecue up. You can get that.
I got that drawl in there.
It sounds like it sounds like
Don't sound like no shitty boy.
No, it does not. All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching.